50s look like my cup is pain. Yeah, go to the bank and pull out the francs. I put it in the bank. 50,000 for the chain. I'm a motherfucking nigga. I'm walking saint. Yeah, I said she wanna cry in the bucket. I'll come cry in the bin. Yeah, up in the club and I got my little Glock to fatty got a 7. Yeah.
What's going on YouTube? It's your boy LeMarcus back with another YouTube video. Hey, the vibes is different. I'm feeling great. This is the most excited I have ever been about making content. It's actually insane. But I'm not gonna jinx it. I'm not gonna tell y'all what I have in store for y'all. Just stay tuned to the YouTube channel. I know there's gonna be a lot more things and a lot more different things that I'm gonna try to attempt, play around with my channel, see what y'all like, see what y'all don't like. Fully dialed in with YouTube. Like if you are coming from my Instagram and you see that I'm not really active on my Instagram, this is why. Because I'm dialed. I'm over here. I'm full-time over here. This, like, no joke, I'm dialed in. But I hope you guys enjoyed the intro of the video. Now that's not it that I have in store for y'all today. We actually finna go hoop again, and today I have a cameraman and I won't post a crappy game because last Sunday when I played, I was low-key out of it. I want to play good today. And yeah, we're actually gonna go get ready right now to hit the gym, and then I'm gonna pull up and hoop after. So y'all stay tuned. I'm gonna go hit the gym and I'll pick back up whenever I'm at the courts. Catch y'all in like, for y'all like 2 seconds, but for me about like 3 hours. Filming right now?
Yeah.
Locked in, about to start game 1. You know, we're gonna do these niggas for real.
Falling asleep in a black badge, every night it start. This I'm trying to play mind games, I don't even play a guitar. They look at me like a hero, I pull strings like a guitar. I'm trying to give me an ice spice, I know she bringing a bottle. I take my shirt off, her stop breathing, she trying to wear my cardi. All she wears is regular, she ride me like a Harley. I'm trying to go in the Ella, I don't want no more parties. Ice on top of my sweater, she like it, she cold, I say shit hardly. I fuck so good, she say she hate me, ain't that a bitch in the half. Got regular hoes, got supermodels, can't name one bitch I ain't have. My richest hoe, she the biggest, so hell nah, I ain't cuffin' that. After I hit like once or twice, get cool, I'm done with that. Sitting up on it like BK, throwing them shrooms, bad like Scooby snacks. He copy chrome off eBay, what I'ma do with that bitch, who is that? We break necks on the freeway, they like, who is that, who cool is that?
Go! It's a little tail in the back, that's what it is. I love that. I love that for you.
I'm fucking with this bitch gotta be perfect. Money walked in this bitch with sticks, they nervous. They said that boy lay up, he walking going chump. Bitch, bash, work, eat. I got 2 bad bitches in the spot, these hoes tryna slurp me. Me ain't got turned no nigga, bitch, to a thought, these hoes so thirsty. I gotta keep my gun on me, late night niggas out to hurt me. I done slapped on my 30, whoa, black man, black gloves, doing my coat. I'm tryna load up and spin my twin, stay chill, bitch, bro, don't go. We tryna switch out the van, my bro got a fin on the pin, 5 cents through the door. If it's that, let me know what it is, I swear to these bitches.
What's going on YouTube family? So I hope you guys enjoyed the YouTube video. Bring quality to the video and keep it short and simple. I want to keep like the longer videos whenever I have something planned, like either like a challenge or like I'm out doing something with the guys, stuff like that. I want to keep those kind of separate to these type of style of videos, and then going forward I do want to start posting a lot more of these during the week. Like I said earlier in the video, just stay tuned with the channel because I want to be a lot more active on here rather than like my Instagram and TikTok, because this is what I want to do. This is the platform that I want to stay on and really focus on. But like I said in my last video, I do have something I want to talk to you guys about and go a little bit more into depth about what I touched on in my last video, which was my 1 year of abstinence and my 1 year of sobriety. Sobriety meaning from marijuana, like I don't smoke anymore. I've talked to a couple people about it, trying to be, like I said in my last video, trying to be an advocate of not doing that anymore. And I know a lot of people around me have struggled with this, I would say, addiction, bro. Like it's genuinely an addiction. When people say they can quit anytime and they just continue not to quit, that's an addiction. When you find a reason to do it when you don't really need to, that's an addiction. So I wanted to touch a little bit on that before I get into abstinence. Sobriety has been something that I've always been an advocate for in my younger years in high school, obviously everybody was like, you know, smoking and drinking. I didn't really partake in that until after I graduated, because I felt like I really wasn't mature enough to be even, you know, making those type of decisions for myself. But I had a lot of people around me that were smoking a lot, and I wouldn't say I necessarily grew up around it, but I had a lot of people around me that, you know, were doing it, and I never partaked in it. I actually used to judge people for it, which, me being a believer now, I definitely am sorry for. Like, I am in no place to even judge somebody for the decisions that they make, especially when I turned around and made the same decisions. But back then I never understood why people smoked, and even after I quit, I still don't understand why people do it. It's genuinely an addiction that just it has a weird hold on people, and it helps you escape reality whenever you're high, and you constantly chase that high during regular day activities, and that's something that I just did not want to be chained to anymore. And the sole purpose of me quitting wasn't even because I became a believer and I realized it was bad for me. I quit whenever I was trying to lock in with school. I realized as I wasn't taking school seriously. I couldn't remember stuff for exams, and I was like, okay, during the week I'm just not gonna smoke, right? But then during the week I would be dreading and longing for the weekends just so I can smoke. And it just, like in my last video, I would just use it as a reward system. I kind of started to idolize it, and you know, it really wasn't, it started to get to a point where I needed to smoke, and it wasn't like I wanted to smoke. You know what I'm saying? Like I was idolizing it way too much. So eventually I was like, you know what, let me just go on a month tea break and just see how my body reacts. And probably the best decision I've ever made. Ever since that month tea break, I haven't smoked since. So yeah, there's sometimes like I'll get in a environment or I'll get around people and I'll be like, dang, like I wish, you know, we were smoking right now. But that's only for a split second, because then I feel like I come to my senses, and then I realize like the amount of regret I would feel, how I would feel after, just for that, you know, 30-minute high. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not even like it's something, you know what I'm saying? Like, and there's better things I could be doing in those 30 minutes rather than getting high. So smoking isn't for me. Like I said in my last video, I'm gonna start being an advocate of not doing that, because I feel like, you know, I feel like my word and my voice can be powerful, and, you know, telling people, hey, maybe you should stop, or maybe you should try a tea break or try quitting. I feel like I can be some sort of a motivation in people's lives that, you know, are struggling with that type of addiction. So yeah, that's enough of that. I'm gonna talk about abstinence. And the meaning of abstinence is, people get abstinence and celibacy mixed up. Celibacy is when you're against sex and marriage. Now, abstinence is you're not against sex or marriage, but you're abstaining yourself until you are married to, you know, be in a covenant with somebody and enjoy that intimate relationship, that intimate moment with someone. This generation has completely normalized just casual sex and just having multiple partners and seeing how many bodies you can get. And I fell victim to, you know, that type of behavior. I know a lot of people also struggle with like pleasing themselves. I haven't done that since 2020, so like that's way far gone. Like, you'll get to a certain point where like some of this stuff just seems childish, and casual sex is one of those. Like I said, it's being so normalized to just be gross. Like, it is actually gross. And whenever I saw myself getting roped up into this generation and into this behavior, I had to take a hard look at myself in the mirror and just really realize what I was doing. Like, God gave us the power to create human life, and we are just wasting it on females that either don't care about us or we don't care about them. And it's something that is very scary too, because this is a piece of our soul, this is a piece of our spirit, and we are just giving a piece of that to literally everyone. When you put it in perspective like that, it makes you want to preserve your energy and preserve your spirit wholeness as much as possible. And it's crazy to see how far I've come, because if you would have asked me about this last year, I probably would have said the complete opposite. I probably would have said I'm still going to, you know, talk to multiple women. I'm still going to do this and that. But once you get to a certain point in maturing, you'll realize how childish this generation is. Physical benefits, like my willpower to just do better things with my time, rather than trying to find the next conquest, see what I can say to women to get in their pants, talk to multiple women, keep up with multiple women, and like my willpower can be put towards much more beneficial things. Exhibit A, YouTube. And a lot of people say that, you know, semen retention or abstinence doesn't help your physical growth. Yes, it does. The amount of gains I've seen from when I quit to now is actually insane. And if you actually want to see gains, you have to dial in with this aspect of life too. The worst part about it is like everything around us is sexualized. Like we can't even go on social media without getting the temptation. It actually sucks for men that are actually struggling with lust, because we have such easy access, like Instagram, Snapchat, Hinge, Tinder, Bumble, whatever you want to call it, like outlets for men to fall into lust. And that's what the devil wants. That's what the devil wants. He wants to kill us. He wants to kill our spirit. And lust is the leading scorer in this. Like he's taking men and women every single day, and we have to put it in perspective and see it from that, with our spiritual eyes, and see that, you know, we can't lose in this factor, especially something so controllable. You know, like there's a lot of things that are out of our control, but this is something that you can put your mind to and just stop. Like just stop. You know, focus on you. Don't focus on these people that, you know, don't want anything to do with you, and stop sexualizing each other. Like that person that you slept with is an actual person. That person you slept with and then blocked the next day, that's an actual person. I'm saying that's an actual person with a spirit, mind, and soul. I definitely have like a way clearer mind too. I see, you know, the red flags very quickly. Over this year of being abstinent, I remember before I decided to take this route, it was not just to see how far I can grow, it was to get a girlfriend. I realized my judgment for women and what I looked for in a woman were getting the qualities that I looked in for a woman weren't really the qualities I should be looking for in a woman. Like back then, really just a woman that would give me attention and that was attractive, had like I guess a good sense of what they wanted to do with their life. But now it's like I have more deeper questions whenever I'm getting to know a woman. Like, first of all, are you saved? Do you know Jesus Christ? What are your aspirations in life? What do you want to do? What are you doing right now to, you know, pursue these aspirations? Like there's much deeper levels of me trying to get to know them on a deeper level rather than just looking on the outside and their physical. Like I had a talk with a pastor this past Saturday, and he was talking to me about making a mental list of the qualities that you look for in a woman, and, you know, the physical will kind of just mold to your type, especially if you are looking for genuine qualities in a woman, and the physical will just, you know, align. He said obviously like you will have a certain type and you won't be able to look past, you know, certain physical features, because if you are attracted to them, that is a very important aspect of a relationship. But the biggest factor is, you know, not every pretty face has a pretty soul, and that's very cliche, but it's very true. So it just gave me like this whole journey of abstinence gave me a different perspective on what I look for in a woman, and that's exactly what I wanted to accomplish, because I didn't have really any standards. It was just the basic necessities that a man in this generation wanted, a pretty face and a nice body, and that's just not what I was looking for, especially in the mindset of me trying to find a wife, not really a girlfriend. But at the time I was doing this because I wanted a girlfriend, but now it's like I want a wife. I want someone who I can spend the rest of my life with, because we're grown. We don't need girlfriends and boyfriends or situationships or exes, none of that. We need a wife, someone who we can spend, or a wife or a husband, someone who we can spend the rest of our life with. And that's just my opinion. That's just what I'm trying to look for, and that's why this whole journey is going to continue until I find the right person. Now, I have a couple verses that I want to share. It's just two. One of them I found in Ephesians. The other one I did search up on my own to kind of give you guys a better understanding of what God says about abstinence. So the first is 1 Corinthians 10:13. No temptation has overtaken you except what is common to mankind, and God is faithful. He will not let you be tempted beyond what you can bear, but when you are tempted, he will also provide a way out so that you can endure it. So I had a talk with my boy Zach, and he basically said God is the best storyteller, the best script writer, the best director, everything. Like everything he placed in this world, he thought of and he knew before it even happened. So when he places things and challenges in our life, he knows we can overcome it, and that's when free will comes. We have the free will to either overcome it or fall into temptation. You know, free will is a very strong topic. Like, God gave us free will, but it's in our interest as believers to submit our free will by doing the things of Christ. So when temptation comes around, we need to think, hey, God gave me this free will. Let me submit to him as a believer and not fall into temptation. And then the last verse is Ephesians 5:3. And this is my favorite. I found this whenever I was reading Ephesians, and it's actually really good. This is one of the verses that I had up on my whiteboard for a little while to kind of keep me from falling into temptation lustfully, and it's just a good thing to remember. 18:14. So Ephesians 5:3 reads, "But among you there must not be even a hint of sexual immorality or any kind of impurity or of greed, because these are improper for God's holy people." God has a plan for all of us believers. He has a plan for all of us, and letting temptation kind of feed into our relationship or kind of interfere with our relationship with God is just gonna my fault for that. My camera started overheating, so I was outside, and Florida heat is freaking crazy. So basically those two verses are saying, God is always with us, and God gives us a decision to make. You can either choose right or you can choose wrong. But letting temptation in between you and God's relationship is gonna make it a little bit shaky. Okay, so we have to do our absolute complete best to use our willpower and our free will that God gave us to submit our free will to God and allow him to show us the right decisions we need to make for ourselves, because he has our best interests. So falling into temptation, a lot of people will say it's healthy to release stress. No, that's not healthy. You're releasing such a powerful thing that God gave us, and such a very valuable piece of our body, allowing us to just hold that and really preserve the purity of our soul. But this generation has, like I said, normalized us just releasing that and giving it to anyone. And that's just not what we need to be doing. So again, like I said, I'm going to start being an advocate of being sober and marijuana free. I also am going to start being an advocate and try to make a dent in this generation by revamping everyone's mindset. Even if you don't submit your problems to God, at least do it for yourself, because there are so many physical benefits you get from being abstinent or on retention that why wouldn't you do it? And that goes the same for sobriety. Like, why would you not do it? Like, at least give it a try. So that's enough. I'm gonna stop boring y'all, and I just hope you guys enjoyed. I pray that nothing I said is accounted for robbery, and I did not take away anything that God wanted to say. And I pray that I was able to say it to the best of my ability and help you guys understand my journey, why I do it, and how it's going. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll catch y'all next Monday. Deuce.